Hi, our group is Group 14, and today we are going to talk about our assignment topic, which is factor of social media that affected consumer behavior. First of all, what is demand and consumer behavior? Demand is the willingness and ability of buyers to purchase different quantities of a good at different prices during a specific time period, while consumer behavior refers to the study of consumer while engaged in the process of consumption. Next, objective of this research. The purpose of this research is to observe factors that influence customers' demand behavior. There are two questions in our research, which are what kind of respondent background will produce what kind of behavior, and also the reason that will influence consumer behavior.
Next, we move to 1.3 research method. First and foremost, research method is the gadgets that one utilizes to do studies by D. Ratnasari 2019. Research method may be either qualitative, quantitative, or an aggregate. Unexpected findings may be defined in the use of combined techniques. Furthermore, we go to 1.3.1, which is research design. Surveys are used in the research. Moreover, the goal of the research is to determine consumer behavior. In order to successfully forecast customer preference and purchase behavior, this form of research benefits from systematic observation. Next is 1.3.2, Instruments of Study. First, Instruments of Study is a tool to collect, measure, and analyze data from people who are interested in the study issue. In addition, the type of study we are conducting will determine the instruments we use, which are quantitative, qualitative, or mixed method. For example, a questionnaire might be appropriate for a quantitative study, and a scale might be appropriate for a qualitative study.
2.0 Theory and Literature Review. There is some studies about consumer behavior, such as factors influencing consumer behavior and prospective purchase decisions in the dynamic pricing environment by Vijay Victor. It is about how technological advancements influence in economic growth through e-commerce, and with online marketplace, information about consumer can be possibly gathered and defined about great perspective without meeting them physically. And the second one is a studies paper from AHMAD Hussaini, namely review paper on factors influencing consumer behavior. This studies recommends that organizations need to discover patterns to rectify some requirement, which to analyze what consumer wants and needs. What is consumer behavior? It is a changing process where an individual can become seller, influencer, and even user. The main objective are to choose the correct goods and gaining satisfaction. They consist of two different theories. First theory is cardinal utility theory, where an individual can attach specific values of utiles from consuming each quantity of goods. Second theory is ordinal utility theory, where this theory ranks the utility received from consuming various amount of goods and services. Both diagrams are some mechanism that shows how ordinal utility works. First diagram is indifference curve, which is it shows all possible combinations of two goods which will give the same amount of utility. The higher indifference curve, the higher satisfaction gained by consumers. So, consumer will prefer higher the indifference curve because it shows larger quantity of goods consumed. Second diagram is consumer equilibrium. It is occurred when the highest IC and budget constraint are tangent. So, consumer will choose goods that satisfy them, supported with their budget line. Then we move to the next part, 3.0 Analysis of Studies. This topic consists of three parts, which is Part A for demography, Part B is for consumer behavior, and Part C is about the factors of social media affected consumer behavior.
First of all, gender. As you can see, there are 15 respondents in our research, which are 7 male and 8 female. Then, ethnicity. There were 3 different ethnicities, which were Malay, Chinese, and Indian. Malay has recorded the highest number of respondents, which is 10. The number of Chinese respondents is 4, and the number of Indian respondents is only 1. Besides that, age. There were 8 people in age below 30, 1 people in age between 31 to 40, 5 people in age between 41 to 50, and 1 people in age above 51.
Moving on to part B, which is consumer behavior. On this part, we had identified the consumer behavior among the respondents. So, for the first statement, majority of them strongly disagree that they will prefer to purchase goods depending on their brand. This can be assumed that they think the branded goods cost more price than the non-branded goods. Moving on to statement 2, which is even if the price is high, they will glad to purchase the branded goods. So 60% of them are somewhat agree and somewhat disagree with the statement, which can be say that the loyalty of some goods and services are playing their roles. For an example, they have substitute good on certain things, and certain things they also will buy even the price is high. Moving on to the next statement, which is if their income raises, they will increase the purchase of good. Most of them strongly disagree with the statement, 66.67% of them. This is because they love to save their money rather than spending on increasing the purchase of goods.
The great figure of strongly disagree among respondents about statement 4 because even it is inversely to the law of ceteris paribus, consumers have thought about they may receive lower quality of goods if the price of good is lower. Then the next one is the obvious data of respondent that ranks moderate for statement 5 shows that there are some pros and cons to purchase goods using online application, where consumer can compare prices easier using fingertips, but may also difficult to return goods policies if it's got defects on goods. And the last one is the respondent were ranked moderate and strongly disagree depicts the same percentage, which 46.67% for statement 6. This is because online shopping offered a great deal with some benefits such as free shipping, so consumer can spend less and gain satisfaction from the goods. However, online application may involve fraud, where consumers may feel insecure about filling important details such as bank account information.
The percentage of respondents who strongly agree with the price of good A is high and they still purchase good A is 20%. This statement was agreed upon by respondents because consumers think of the high price of products, of the better quality of products they have purchased. Then, the percentage of respondents who totally agree with income increased by 50%. They will purchase both good A and B were charted only 6.67%. This is because customers like to save to buy goods, and some customers will reduce their purchases now to purchase goods if price drop in the future.
The percentage of respondents who moderate with the statement, if the price of good B rises by 50%, I will purchase good A is 26.67%. Due to rise in price, one of two goods, even the qualities of both products are the same, but buyers might want the best for their financial condition. Next, the percentage of respondents who strongly agree with the if my income increases by 50%, I will purchase good A statement is only 6.67%. This is because when income increases a lot, consumers will definitely buy it. This is due to when income rises or increases, the quantity of goods demanded will also increase.
Now we move to suggestion. There are 4 suggestions, which is first, use e-commerce supply chains for fast-moving consumer goods. Second, social proof as a more important force in buying decisions. Third, social media influencers. Fourth, use contextual cues to maintain new habits. So for the first, use e-commerce supply chains for fast-moving consumer goods. This focuses on the logistics of online item sales. First, we'll go through the 3 most common supply chains for item internet sales. The outcomes of the study are then shown as a cost distribution across a variety of supply chain processes, including transportation, picking, storage, and last mile delivery. Second, social proof as a more important force in buying decision. So, the importance of social proof cannot be overstated in an age where social media has become an integral part of both customers and sellers' lives. Marketers are making the social environment more visible to boost brand confidence and increase conversion rates by sharing reviews, comments, likes, tweets, and pins from happy customers. So third, social media influencers. Influencer marketing has the potential to help your business grow by bringing in new clients. Customers are more inclined to buy when they hear a referral from someone they know and trust. Many marketers are turning to YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat influencers instead of celebrities. And last, use contextual cues to maintain new habits. When a customer associates a given activity with a specific scenario, habits from and eventually become automatic. Contextual signals that drive activity should be discovered by businesses to help them become habits. A certain activity, the time of day, or the placement of an object can all serve as contextual cues.
To summarize things up, a consumer behavior is a study of how individuals make their decisions which involve their utilities. Utility is the satisfaction that the consumer obtains from consuming goods and services. So, other than that, this report also had recommended and suggests the ways to overcome the consumer behavior problems. For example of the ways to overcome it is by using the e-commerce supply chains and also social media influences. That's all from our group. Thank you.